Ready. And facers front. All right, so let's get ready to work. We're going to start off with the B scenarios or basics of striking, right? So you're going to start off just with what they would call cob, which is just something forehand, actually just forehand, 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 right? So if you have a partner, you're hitting your partner right away. If you don't, pretend you're hitting someone, and as you do this, practice turning your shoulder, your body into each and every single strike, right? So forehand, 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 nonstop for about 30 seconds. Go! And in your hand. So when you're doing elbow push, you're doing this, almost like you're punching, and turn the wrist, turn the wrist, turn the wrist, turn the wrist. Time. All right, so now still staying high, but we're going to do forehands into backhand. Right? So now I'm going to go right hand, forehand, backhand, left hand, forehand, backhand. And think about the wrist actuation. Big word, right? So I'm here with my wrist. I want to turn the wrist. The basics of striking with a stick are first my grip tightens up, and you see the wrist starts or the stick starts to move. And then I extend the wrist and look at how much you get. And then from there, you start extending the elbow, and then my shoulder turns into it, and then my body turns into it, right? So with these, we want to think extend the wrist, extend the wrist, extend the wrist, extend the wrist. It should be more the wrist. Even if all I did was I just moved the wrist, you can see how much this ends up moving, right? So I want to get more wrist into it than extending the arm, right? That's how you keep your elbows in tight to your body, is by getting the wrist working into it instead of extending the arm, right? So forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand. And you're off. Go. There. Back. 320 down. Don't lift the arm up. Time. All right, so now we're going to go four cob, and then four forehand backhand. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And drop. Go. 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forehand backhand, forehand back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forehand backhand, forehand back. Time. All right, so now you're going to go high, low, high, low. So I'm going forehand high, backhand low, forehand high, backhand low. And the backhand low is going to still be this strike, but it's this strike lower. Remember, when we look at all the different angles, you have 9 angles of attack. I can come down on an X, right? I can come up on the X. I can come down or up on the plus, across or back on the plus, or I can thrust. But there's also 3 levels of that. I can hit the neck, I can hit the waist, I can hit down to the knee. So this is kind of like I'm hitting the one strike to the neck, and then the backhand is going low to the waist, right? High, low. So it's this way, not up on the X, but down on the X, right? Forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand. And now, go. Forehand. Head, knee, head, knee. Take it down as low as the knee after. Head, knee, head, knee, head, knee, head. Down. Good. And time. All right. So a quick note on this one too is as I go down with the backhand, the stick is pointed down, but I'm still hitting down, right? So it's still coming downwards on this X. It's just instead of up here, it's down here. And because here I'm going to hit my hands above the stick because we're hitting to the head. By the time I hit to the waist, my stick tends to be flat. By the time I hit low, my stick is pointed down. But it's still coming down, not coming back up, right? So you want to make sure it's here and then point the stick to the ground. Hit the neck, point the stick down to the ground, right? So practice that again, 30 more seconds. Go. Hit the head, point the stick at the ground. Hit the head, point the stick at the ground. High, low, high, low. 8,000 times or until I come back. Hello, Mr. Greco. How you doing? Oh, that's good when that happens. This is right. That's the worst one. Good, good. Yeah, I got the okay from the doc today to start walking around without the front to all right, fine. So now put that into the other ones. So we start off cob. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then forehand, backhand, high, forehand, backhand, high, forehand, high, backhand, low, forehand, high, backhand, low. So far they're all 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And go to work. There. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I didn't make you try it out. Then I feel bad. Then I feel like, oh man, you're right. I'm pulling it off really quick. Three tops. Pretty much placement in the same spot. Yep. And then we're doing silver for the top. All of the relative we have. Come on and look at your relative. That's fine. Okay. And then we just figure out how to get that flat thing. So I leave the 21st. That's really good. So it's early that week, just so I can look and go, it was great for it to do something like that. Yep. So if you continue calling, we can. Oh yeah, that'll be enough. look, you see my touches on the double L, yeah.
I get it, and I'm gonna look at them tonight or first thing in the morning. Because you don't want to sell hoodie.
Right, not the hoodie, just the t-shirt. That last one, you said it goes with the type that we get. And then I don't know if you have a
Oh, I really did, and you guys didn't do it, you know?
You did, and I missed the email.
That's all I did, but you don't say it, I will.
Yeah, so I want to open that back up for, yep. It's probably won't open that for ordering until that's ready back, but maybe if that happens, then I'll have to keep that guy, then I can say it. Then, I can start ordering that. Ordering that for a couple weeks.
That's what you're.
I'll just post that through my email when I get home tonight. Okay. And see,
Okay. I'll double check. Well, I will if I get it. Thanks very much.
Time. All right, so now we're just gonna add another high strike in. So we're gonna go high forehand, low backhand, high backhand. High forehand, low backhand, high backhand. High, low, high, low, high. So now it becomes a 6 count on this one, right? Well, we'll do that for 30 seconds and then we'll add it in. 3, 2, 1, go. High, low, high. Get it down. High, high, body, soft stand, soft stand. Straighten the shoulders forward. Other hand is right on your shoulder. Good, now add that in. So we have a 4 count pop, the basic 4, and then Visidario 4, this is what Kumago Dan used to call it, high low, and then we go high low high, high low high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? And you're off. Go! 1 minute to get that down. Is that really quick? Time. All right. And then we go to the 16 count, which we could also call the dwarf flow, the 7 dwarf flow. Because it goes high ho, high ho, high, 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 low, 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 low. I'm sorry, back in forehand, back in. So high, 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 low, that's where we go. Low, 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 high, low, high. And just think it's all forehand, backhand. And think of the flow. High, 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 low, 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 high. Very simple pattern, right? High, 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 low, 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 high, low, high, right? 1 minute to get that one down. We might need two. Well, we're only going to give you one. Go! But with hands instead of sticks. Yeah. Ready? Go. Oh, sorry, that was my bad. High, high. Low. Start thinking low, low. High. Ready? Low, low. Low, high. Time. All right, now all of that together. So start off with the basic four. All in sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. High, high. All to here, and then high, low. And then you're going to go high, low, high. And then you're going to go into the 16 count. High, 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 low, low, high, low, 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 high, low, high. And then you're right back to cow, the basic four, right? And ready, get set, 1 minute, go. There's cow. High, low, back, high, high, back, high, low, back, and 4 and back. 3 count, or 6 count, and then 16 count. Yes. And then back to cow. Basic four, high lows, high, and 16 count. Basic. High. Low, low. Time. All right, so now, Sinawali's. So Sinawali is now closed guard. Those were all basics, your Abecedaarios for your open guard. Sinawali's are when we go to the closed guard, right? So the basic one is when you go just simply have it, which you guys should all have that down, right? And then from there, standard, see if you haven't called standard, is when you go high, low, high, right? And then all of the lows, although for fun with a low, we're going to do it as redondo lows, right? Just because it looks cool and it's fun, right? So now you're going to go heaven, earth, high, low, and then you're going to go low with a redondo, and then you're going to come back up to heaven, earth, and then you're going to go back to heaven. And then you're going to do it again. Heaven, earth with a redondo, and then back to heaven, earth, and then back to heaven. And then you start back with heaven again, right? Piece of cake, right? Of course it is. Go to work. Heaven, earth with a redondo. Back to heaven for 6 count, and then you start again. Heaven for 6, heaven, earth for 6, or standard. Earth with a redondo for 6. Back to heaven, earth for 6. Back to heaven for 6. And then again, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was meant to slow down in tempo, and then the rest of these can make it up. So this is easy to go fast. This is generally going to go fast. Here you tend to have to slow down. And then this is back to going fast. And then this is faster. Keep going. Start understanding everything going well instead of doing this here and doing it. But I'm going to tend to operate down as I do it. Right? Now it's almost more like what we do again. It's almost more like we're doing a waist strike. Yeah, I'm way up here. Hello. Where are we? You're like more like see how amazing you guys are looking.
I'm a little confused on the last part when we do the redondo.
Right? Let me see you do it, Patrick. Step back from the camera a little bit so I can see you. Yep.
Yeah.
Show me. Start from Sinawali. Close guard, both hands on one side.
You mean like the first part?
What do you mean the first one? This whole series is all from Sinawali. So you're, what one are you talking about that you're confused on? The one we're doing right now?
Like one where we're like.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So start with your hands on one side.
Hmm?
Right. So now hit low with the right, and then bring that hand right around your head as your left hand comes underneath it. So strike with your left now first. So on that one, I'm going to start here. Do this with me. I go low with the right. The left hand comes out as the right hand comes over my head. And then the right hand hits as the left hand comes to my shoulder. Now the right hand's under my arm. And I go to the side.
And then
Left hand goes low. The right hand comes out as my left hand circles my head. And then the left hand goes low as the right hand comes to my shoulder. And then the left hand comes under my arm. Right?
Okay.
Low with the right. Low with the left as you circle the head with the right. Low with the right. Low with the left. Low with the right as you circle the head with the left. And then low with the left.
Okay. Okay.
Low, boom. Yes, that's it. But now your hand should be on your left side. Right. And now
Okay.
lead with the left hand. Low, yes. And now keep going. There you go. Yep. And now lead with the right hand. That's it. There you go. Yep. And then lead with the left. There you go. Did you have a question, Karen? I can't. You got to open it up.
I'm just waiting for Jim.
Oh, okay.
He had to run out for a sec. Here he is.
What are we doing?
Okay.
Still the same thing?
Yep.
Did he come over?
Yes, I have a question.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay, it sounds like he's talking to us.
It's time. All right, so now let's go to, what takeaways do I have you doing? The stick, you're doing the snake, and then let's do the reverse snake one. Oh, if you don't have a partner, you're just gonna have to get really good visualization on this. So you're gonna do this with just one stick, because you're doing it with one stick at that time, right? And what you're visualizing is a person swung at you with a one strike, and now they're coming back with like a three. So they're flat across towards your body with a backhand, right? As that happens, I start with a drop stick, right? But I'm gonna start from here, and then with my right hand, I'm gonna thrust to their body. My hand is gonna snake under their arm, and then it's gonna be on top of their arm, and I simply pry the stick out with my left hand, right? So now so you can see this live in action. Elise, you're on that side, come over here. So Elise hits me with his backhand. So she missed with that one, I made her miss. And then I block with the stick, right? I thrust to the body. Oh, come a little closer. Right? And then the stick goes under the arm and it kind of pulls on the wrist. And notice how it's making contact with her stick at the same time, right? Ideally, I'd be just on the wrist. And then I just simply grab a hold of her stick and I pry her stick out by pushing down with the tip of my stick. I keep pressure there. And then I push down on the end and her stick just pops right out of her hand, right? So she missed with the forehand. The backhand comes in, I block, I thrust, and then I pull her arm around, and then I just simply pry the stick out, and now I can hit it, right? Over this side? No, you stay there. So Elvis will hit me from that side. That way she doesn't get her COVID breath in this spot. So I block, I thrust, and you can see a little bit more, right? I thrust, and then the stick goes under his arm. I turn over my stick, so my hand goes from palm down to palm up as I pull his stick around, right? And now I just simply keep the downward pressure. I don't have to like push down. I just don't want him to lift the stick up, right? And then I simply pry it out. And then I have to go for the knee right away. So he misses with the forehand. I block here, thrust to the body, wrap his stick up and around, and then I take it away. All right? So practice that back and forth with your partner. Sure. Right? If you don't have a partner, then I'll be your partner. See how you do. So I swing, you make me miss. Actually, I'll go this way because then it'll make more sense. Does it look like I'm hitting with my left hand or my right hand, Samia? Does this look like I'm hitting you with my right? Actually, no, it should be this way, right?
Yeah.
So this look like a right hand backhand to you, right?
Yeah, that looks right.
Okay. So I swing, you make me miss. So your stick is in the right hand. Your left hand should be closest to me. Your right hand blocks the stick. Your stick comes over my arm to thrust me in the body. You snake underneath as you grab the stick and you pull the stick that way. So now your stick is still here, and then you pry down on the stick that way, right? So again, I swing. You make me miss the forehand. I hit you with the backhand. You thrust over my stick to the body. You grab my stick with your hand and flip it that way. Get your stick underneath and over the top, and then pry it out. So, ready? Swing, block, thrust, flip my hand over, pry the stick out. Swing, block on that one, thrust to the body, pull this way, pry the stick out. All right? Let me see how you guys look in form, because I can't see you from back there. Block, thrust, flip, and kind of-ish, right? So if you guys were behind me in class and we were both do this in form, it would kind of look like this. We would make them this, we would block, thrust to the right, right? My stick mostly pulls your hand around and then I grab the stick with the left and it comes around. And then it would fly down this way, right? So it would kind of be like my right hand comes up as my left hand goes down. And then that's where I would hit my knee down, right? So you're behind me, pass, we miss, we block, we thrust, I go under the wrist, and I push the hand this way, so I'm doing this with my hand, and that's what gets their arm to do that, right? I pull it up and around, and now my left hand is grabbing the stick, and I pry it right down over the top, right? So, we still, don't get your arm involved. I'll steal Mr. Kessler, come over here. So you guys are behind me in class. Mr. Kessler swing did it from making this. We block, I thrust, And notice how my stick goes to his wrist, and my stick drops onto his stick and pulls it up and around, right? And now here's where I'm grabbing his stick. Can you see that from there? There's where I'm grabbing the stick, and then I pop it out. And there's the knee straight there, the head straight right afterwards, right? So once again, he swings at me, he misses, I block, I thrust, I go inside, pull it up and around, pull the stick out, and then get him out. Okay? Does that help some? Good, let me see it. Block, thrust, wrap it up and around, that's it, Samia, yep. And then pry, there you go. And then right off of it, right off of here, right here, boom, there's the knee strike right off of it, right? After I thrust and I pull it up and around, I pry the stick out, and the hand that was here, wham, goes right down to the knee. And then right to the, yes, yes. Thrust, that's it, Patrick, up and around, pry, good, there you go. Let's see, up and around, that's it, Jim. Jim, when you take yours out, do it more as you're prying it down, you're kind of lifting it up. Technically, it should be that you're prying it down. And then the other thing too, Elvis, go back for a second. So as Elvis hits me, I want to think thrust, but then once I get the thrust in, I want more of the top couple inches of the stick to manipulate the wrist instead of having my stick so deep. Grab my stick, right? Because now suddenly we're in a war and he has his hold of my stick. I might still get this one, but now he has one as well until I smash his wrist. So instead, I want to think from here, I thrust to the body, but then I quickly move back out so he doesn't have a chance to grab that stick. And notice how here, I'm not lifting it up, I'm pushing it down to get that out. And then I go to the left. Keep going.
Yes, sir.
Thrust, and then push down.
There we go.
It sounded loud, like something broke.
Just my wrist.
Was that right, sir?
I think so.
Okay, now.
Your stick should also be away from her, so instead of the stick being in line, let me steal Mr. Custer. So if he, yeah, go ahead. If I go here, actually, so from here, notice how far apart my hands are. Sorry, right? It should be more like this instead of like that. This way, I don't have much leverage, so I want to pry that out this way, right? So the sticks are apart from each other. So again, if he backhands me, I cross, I get here, and my hands are apart. If they're this way, I don't have much leverage there. The moment I got out to here, look what also happens with his hand. Grab the stick, right? Stay here. He can grip it here. Once I do that, his hand opened right up. Now it's easy to pop out. Isn't that cool how that works?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Physics and Filipino martial arts. There you go. Yes, yes, much better. And now don't push up, they'll pull down.
Yep. Okay.
Push down with your, oh, you did, never mind. It looked like you were pushing down with the other hand. You did it right that time.
No, he did it
Okay.
right. I could tell by the way it popped.
Let me see Karen do it real quick, because I got to wrap up. Back, thrust.
No. It came out by itself.
Good. Same thing with your stick hand, Karen. So from there, pull your hand back out. Yes, right. Now use just the tip of the stick to his wrist. That's better. Yep. And time. And everybody starts partnering with that out. Right? So the beginning flows, simple basics, but keep in mind, simple basics are what get you good with anything, right? Whether it's as simple as boxing strikes or the basics behind the most complicated kata where you're just working on long core kata. If your basics are bad, the kata's going to be bad. It doesn't matter if it's long core, if it's short one, the kata's not going to be a good kata. Same thing with Filipino martial arts. If my basics with these simple stick strikes are bad, then the rest of it's going to be bad. It doesn't matter how complicated it is, right? You're better off during the Olympics. You're better off nailing a simple thing than screwing up a really technical thing, right? So it's good to review the basics like that. That is the takeaway we get is a bind, simple bind, but it's from the other side, which sometimes complicates it just a little bit. And it's kind of a cool move. I like that one. So there you have it. And everybody, please, boost. playing with sticks. I hope you guys had a good time. I will see all of you guys soon, some sooner than others.
See you-
Patrick,
see you,
stay
Rick.
around for a second. I need to chat with you.
Mm.
Bye,
Who's-
Tanya. Bye,
who's-
Jim and Karen. Thanks for hanging out.
Okay.